Jubilee dropped another one. Middle ground. Men's rights activists. Shop StephenKnight.com. Versed in feminists, bruh. And this one got my attention. Women's sexual capital gives them an advantage over men. How is that not true? Talking about an advantage, not all advantage, an advantage. So I just wanted to hear what crazy concepts these feminists come up with to try to debunk that, because that is absolutely the case.
Women's sexual capital gives them an advantage over men. If you agree, please step forward.
Bruh, like, what sexual capital do men have? Ain't no man out here that can rule the world based off his looks or this.
So I would say that women's sexual capital allows them more opportunities. Some could say maybe they're bad, like in terms of sex work, right? But women make much more in sex work. Also, I've managed both male and female on social media. It's a lot easier to blow up as a chick. So it gives you more opportunity.
And why do you think it's easier for women to blow up on social
Because
media?
that male gaze
Because it's
is a
looks
motherfucker,
based.
man.
So.
Any of you?
Men love pretty women. It's really that simple. And as you
Yeah.
said, like
Actresses too, sorry.
OnlyFans would be the perfect example. That really does not normally work for men, but it works for women extremely well. And
Medical sales, it's another one.
I worked in sales as a sales engineer.
Yeah.
I worked in sales for more than a decade, and women tend to do better. I don't necessarily see that as a bad thing either, because why not take advantage of the traits, the qualities that you were born with? Everybody likes to look at, and I don't think it matters that it's a guy looking at a woman or a woman looking at a guy. They like to look at somebody that looks good. But it does tend to influence men's decision a lot more than it does women.
Do you want to add anything?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's true, but it's kind of like, so what? I look at it as one of those facts of life kind of things.
Yeah.
It's like, whatever, is what it is.
Right.
And it's not necessarily a bad thing. That's the thing. It is true. You'll see it wherever you go. Women will get more attention because they look better. But is that bad of a thing? I don't think so. It is the way it is.
Just is.
It's just the way it is.
All right, let's bring in our disagreeers.
And this is the kicker too. It's not even because they look better to men. Women give good-looking women just as much, not just as much, but they give them a lot of attention too, bro. It ain't just men thirsting for. There's women thirsting bitches too. Go to these little IG thotty pages and shit. You see all types of women in the goddamn comments talking about slay girl, look at that ass, goals, yes queen. The bitches is just as fucked up as the men are now, bro. Masculine hoes out here acting like dudes, thirsting over bitches.
Okay, so I feel like this is perfect for me. So I am a top OnlyFans creator, and I'm also a lawyer, which is a very weird,
Makes sense today.
Yeah, I'm perfect
Makes sense in 2024, bro, which is everything wrong with society today.
person to talk about this. And I have a lot of money from doing OnlyFans, but I was always also I've never been more vilified either for using my sexual capital in order to make a living. Whereas when I was a lawyer and all throughout school, I was always hated. I was always just looked at because I had like a more curvy body and everything. So I do think women can capitalize off of their sexual power, but I also think they are also demonized and vilified. And even when they aren't trying to capitalize off of it, people still see them as just that.
That ain't got nothing to do with the prompt, though. Women's sexual capital gives them an advantage over men. Shada just said she's a top earner on OnlyFans, which means she's a millionaire for selling ass, which gives her a direct advantage over men, because what man out here can become a millionaire over selling ass? The fuck how you feel about it, right? It's good and bad with it, bro. You sold your soul. You know what I'm saying? You get vilified because you are the scum of the earth type of bitch out here selling the puss for $1. That come with the territory. But the fact remains, you have that option available towards you to pursue. Men don't have that.
We also see cases of like porn stars dying. I feel like a lot of men like to Google at women, like to see them, objectify them, but they don't see them as human. So I don't know, so women might capitalize off of that, but I don't necessarily see that as like net positive for them if they're being vilified for doing something that obviously has a market for it. I just think it's very hypocritical.
They love changing the prompt though, don't it? They love goddamn pushing the goalpost to make themselves feel better about their stance on it. That wasn't the question, bitch. It ain't that serious. Don't call me bitch. That's not the question. That wasn't the prompt, sir. Who cares about how y'all feel and how y'all get treated for doing so? The fact remains y'all get paid for it. Women only have that opportunity to do so, and it should be vilified. If you rob a bank, you get caught, you go to jail. If you sell on the internet, you're gonna be called a. It is what it is. Just because they bust to it does not mean they're going to marry said one that they bust to. That's a right. They have fun with the whores. It's not hypocritical at all. They treat no like a whore.
That obviously has a market for it. I just think it's very hypocritical.
Why do you find it hypocritical?
Because there are men that literally watch his content, that subscribe to these people, and then they demonize the same people they're giving money to.
24/7.
Yeah. This is a man's problem, not a woman's problem.
Hell yeah, bro. But sit back, goddamn, be joking to the bitch, yeah, get off. Is she a hoe for letting me do it? I'll be back tomorrow. It don't work like that, fam. Fuck, y'all trying to goddamn be wifed up, but then selling the push. Y'all want to be congratulated to do what y'all doing, but it don't work that way. The fuck?
Demonize the same people they're giving money to.
24/7.
Yeah. This is a man's problem, not a woman's problem. Men need to control themselves.
And I think if women have a ton of sexual capital, who gave it to us? It's not us. We're not the ones that are just deciding, I'm going to be powerful because I have a body. That's not what's happening. It's men that never learned how to deal with their emotions and their feelings and their urges. That wasn't taught to them. So they don't know how to do that. So now they give women all this sexual capital and then also want to vilify us for it and make us the bad guy for it. But you're the one that's noticing the pretty girls. You're the one that's giving us this. I didn't ask for. It's funny because when I'll go with my boyfriend, sometimes I'll go places and I get 5 chicken tenders instead of 4. Or, you know, we go and
buy you a drink or
yeah,
something,
I get 2 drinks and I come home and I'm like, look what I got. And he's like, that never happens to me. And I'm like, oh, silly.
I'm in total agreement in what she's saying, bro. Women wouldn't have that capital if men didn't give women that capital. And I'm always echoing on this channel, bro, to take your nuts back and stop giving these bitches the control over you, man. Stop giving in to your impulses. Stop chasing hoes. Stop letting your dick dictate everything, man. And that's a hard task to do. It's a very hard task to do, and which is why we are in this dilemma that we're in right now, man, where women have been able to monetize the male gaze to the extent that they can, dog. 'Cause at the bare bones of it, it's just biology, bro. That male gaze is there to propagate the earth. But, you know, we're in society where it's always been this way, though, where most men do not have the opportunity to be with women, period. It's always been that way. But now women have been able to monetize the market of that, bro, because it's supply and demand, literally supply and demand, bro. It ain't enough willing women around here to give themselves to men, so men have to rely on the OnlyFans models to replace that desire, and they get paid handsomely for it. To bash men saying they need to control themselves and get over it. It ain't that cut and dry. It ain't that simple. And only a woman would say that shit because they don't know what it is to experience being incapable of getting a partner. A woman can get a man whenever the fuck they want. They don't struggle with that. Most men struggle with getting women, period. So it's easy for her to fucking say, control yourself, blah, 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 blah. Nah, bitch. And it's even more of a problem because women are out here exploiting that avenue as well, man. As long as we have men that live in this world, we're going to continue having bitches getting rich off of it, bro. It pisses me off to hear women say just to control your shit is men's fault. No, it's just a fact of life. But a woman coming up here saying that shit needs to shut the fuck up because they can't relate to the male experience. They don't know what it is. They don't know what it is trying to goddamn get that motherfucker to chill out. When this motherfucker take over this motherfucker, and the man generally can't even get the attention of women. But she got a nerve to come up here and say, y'all gotta chill out. You know? But get y'all bread, though. Get y'all bread. You know what I'm saying? It's yours for the taking. A woman out here equipped right, weaponized right, mentally, that knows how to use her sexuality and her attractiveness to her benefit can rule the world because most men give into it, bro.
About is, do you think there's like that's just a sort of natural pattern or order to how men and women operate, or do you feel like that's conditioned?
I think it's conditioned because it is so refreshing and welcome and amazing when I meet a man who does not treat me that way. They do not treat me like a sexual object. They treat me like a person. They talk to me like a person. They give me what I paid for. I get my item and I leave. And there's no weird like, did I owe him anything? Did he?
Can I respond to that?
That's cap. That's cap. This motherfucker right here says that it's refreshing when she comes across a man that treats her like a human. But ain't nobody think about your ass. But ain't nobody think about your librarian looking ass. Not to take it, I ain't trying to hate, man, but come on now. You gonna sit here and try to generalize all men as just these fucking animals, bro? Come on, dog. Absolutely not. Maybe the OnlyFans model, because she come out here looking like she's seeking that type of attention, bro. You know what I'm saying? Titties, ass, tight fit clothing, face full of makeup and shit, bro. She's giving sex. You are giving librarian, bro. There's no fucking way that the majority of men you coming across are trying to smash or make you feel objectified. Where the fuck you live at? Did you time travel from the fucking 90s or some shit? Bro, because 2024, bro, most of these dudes out here is hoes. They sassy. They not trying to push up on you, bitch. What? What happened was, it's probably been a handful of motherfuckers that objectified her, and she allowed them to overpower her regular interactions with most men, dog. That's fucked up to hear, bro. Most men are not out here trying to get at her. The hell?
In my personal experience, men only talk to women they want to sleep with.
Yeah.
In my personal experience, women have to be attractive on top of their job. You can't just be a lawyer, you have to be an attractive lawyer. You can't just be a dentist, you have to be an attractive dentist. I think when men talk about sexual capital in women, it's because they literally ignore every other woman in that area.
There's like this concept of like men get put in the friend zone, women get put in the fuck zone.
So do you think that, you know,
Is he
some
talking?
of what
I don't understand that. Is he implying that just talking to a stranger? I would agree with that. Right? Most men are gonna talk to a stranger as a woman because they're trying to see what's up. But in a professional setting, you need your accountant to be attractive. You need your financial advisor to be attractive. You need your gardener to be attractive. You need your child's teacher to be attractive. You need your attorney to be attractive. You need your dentist to be attractive. You need your doctor to be attractive. Come on, dog. Like, most motherfuckers don't live in a world where they can be selective on who their doctor is, period. Or whoever the fuck they... Bruh, it's based on Yelp reviews. Who got the most 5 stars, bitch? That's crazy. Bro, well, these motherfuckers here is tweaking.
I heard is it is what it is. Men are attracted to beautiful women. So there's kind of a natural order argument. This is just the way we behave, whether it's biologically or do you feel that it's conditioned?
I do think it's conditioned.
Can I respond to that? I think it's a little both. I do think that that is a little bit of the natural order of things, but like for instance, I think a big, like my only really interaction with these man spaces or the manosphere spaces are these like red pill podcasts that I've gone on a million times, like Fresh and Fit, whatever, where they bring on women like me that are making all this, oh, you're on OnlyFans. They bring in all these sex workers and then they tell us we're low value, nobody will ever love us, we're for the streets, and they do all of that, and then my comments get flooded with that. That's conditioned.
And then
That is conditioned.
Can I just say,
I think people.
MRA, Fresh and Fit really suck.
It does,
You do not
100%,
like them.
yeah,
You do
no.
not like them. They are trash, they're garbage. They're from South Florida, unfortunately.
I mean,
like
Pro
them.
does.
But why do
I don't have a
OnlyFans
problem with them.
women go on the
They hurt
whatever
us. Honestly, they
podcast?
don't hurt us.
Yeah, that's a good question.
get
It's
paid.
because the same men, their audience that hates us, they're also making me a shit ton of money.
Exactly. Like you're pretty much a prop for them to make more money
Exactly.
because they'll have you on the podcast and you'll be like the eye candy, but they don't actually care about your opinions. They're just using you as a prop to put down,
At least
Yeah.
you
and so
know
that can
that
feed
shit.
into their audience.
People,
Exploiting yourself. Exploiting yourself. Selling your soul that much more, bro, to get a bag, dog. You go out there to get shitted on these podcasts to proceed getting paid to getting jacked off to by the motherfuckers flaming you, bro. It's a cold world, dog. It's a cold world, bro. You ain't shit.
people don't respect sex workers because it's easy to take your clothes off. That's why they don't respect them.
It's also easy to open your mouth.
People respect things that are hard. And sex work, OnlyFans, that's not hard.
And why is it that people still respect like Leonardo DiCaprio sleeping with small? It's really easy for him to do that. Nobody bats an
For
eye.
him sleeping with who?
Nah, fam. It's easy because of who he is, dog. And I'm not feeding into it. No. But him out here, his 50, 60-year-old ass out here fucking 20-year-olds. It's crazy work to me. I don't recommend that for anybody, dog. But you grown, you gonna do what you gonna do. But fucking sit here and minimize this man's ability to do it is crazy work, dog. right? It don't take shit for a bitch with ass and titties to turn the camera on and suck some tip, and she'll get paid handsomely for it, bro. In order for DiCaprio to do what he's doing, he has to bring something to the table, which is being Leonardo the fucking DiCaprio, dog.
With when extremely rich and wealthy,
I
successful
don't think that's
men,
common.
wait, when
I think more
extremely
men would
rich,
do it.
successful, healthy, and good-looking men sleep with a lot of women, even though it's easy for them to do so, they're not looked down on for the same way that, like, for example, a sex worker may be using her body. It's also important to note that, like, this whole idea of, like, sex workers and OnlyFans girls, like, making a ton of money is extremely new. Who owns, like, 99% of the actual porn industry in the production studios? It's men. Men historically and even today still are the ultimate benefactors of women's sexuality.
And men only
who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck?
Started getting upset about porn and all this stuff when women started making their own money on OnlyFans. Men did not complain about porn before the proliferation of OnlyFans. These podcasts did not exist back then.
Pearl, what do you think?
Cap, it's the readiness and accessibility of porn is the problem right now, which OnlyFans is a big contributor of. Porn is oversaturated everywhere you look and is having devastating issues on the consumers of it, bro. It fucks you up. Well, you know, the whores will never know that. They too busy getting paid off of it. And even if they do know, they don't give a fuck. Come on now. They like selling their soul, bro. They get rich off that shit.
Was it difficult for Leonardo DiCaprio to become rich and successful? Is that a difficult thing to do?
There you go. Start cooking.
In his case, maybe, but for a lot of men, not necessarily.
To be a world-renowned.
Do you think it?
Could you just answer yes or no? Is that hard to do?
That's a vague-ass question.
But Pearl, what do you think? What do you think?
I think it's hard to do, and that's why people respect it.
Do you think
being a sex worker is easy to do, so people don't respect it?
But lots of people do easy things. They start YouTube channels spewing nonsense.
Most
That's really
OnlyFans also don't make a lot of money.
Yeah,
For the record, most OnlyFans girls do not make a lot of money.
And they're not respected
Pearl,
either.
Are men who were born into wealth and naturally good looking, when they sleep with a lot of women, are they demonized for that and called sluts?
No.
No.
They men.
No. So it doesn't matter whether or not it was difficult for them to get to a high status or if they were just born into it.
But I would
Being
say,
a man doesn't preclude
but they're
you
not
to that type of
demonized. They're not
discrimination.
demonized, but it's generally difficult for men to be selected by a lot of women, and the dating app stats will back that up.
That's not my question,
So again, I know you're asking about demonization, but the original question was, why does Leonardo DiCaprio celebrated? It's because it is hard. Being a sex worker is easy.
You just said he's celebrated because it's hard, but you just admitted
People
earlier.
celebrate
You
hard
just
things.
also admitted earlier that a guy who is successful and born into wealth and born into a naturally good-looking body is also celebrated for sleeping a lot
That's
of women.
not really
So
that.
It's
that's
not. So it's not actually contingent on whether or not it's hard.
I'll make a caveat. I would say even men still need to learn to be attractive to women, even if they're born into wealth and naturally good looking.
Women also need to learn how to be attracted to men.
That's fine. That's
Are you calling
fine.
us just dumb dogs or something?
But some of the top OnlyFans creators aren't attractive at all.
Can I ask Pearl a
So
question?
it's pretty.
That's subjective.
Clearly not.
I think Trisha
We've got a
hates
question.
I have a question.
Yeah.
You say being a sex worker is easy, but look at I know you love statistics. How come most OnlyFans women don't earn a living off
because
of that?
they
How come
don't,
they don't make a lot
because
of
they
money?
don't care about money. They like attention, and that was the big thing when I
are you basing
interviewed
that
off of interviewing a bunch of OnlyFans models, and they'll tell you that. A lot of them do. They say, I just enjoy taking off my clothes on camera.
Well, let's hear from somebody who has experience. Do you want to respond to that?
That's absolutely not true. I mean, just to use my anecdotal experience, I didn't even have social media before I started OnlyFans. I didn't have an Instagram. I do not care about attention. I just wanted to make a lot of money, which is why people do OnlyFans. Why would they want to get attention? A lot of it's negative, too. A lot of people hate you. A lot of people think no one's going to marry you, blah, blah, blah. I don't believe those things, but I'm also able to advocate for, I'm a lawyer, so I'm more gifted in being able to combat that rhetoric. These girls are not. And a lot of these girls that are going into this, I'm the exception. They don't have other options. They're not super educated. They don't have other avenues to try to make a living. And then a lot of them, when they do go in this, when you say it's easy, it's not easy to make a ton of money on OnlyFans. I had to do a ton of marketing. I had no social media following ahead of it. You could say, okay, well, you look a certain way or whatever. But a lot of the women that enter this, if it was so easy, they wouldn't be not making money.
I need that rock gif.
Shut up, bitch!
Man, shut your ass up, bruh. All this shit you talking about, bro, your ass gonna be single and lonely, and you probably single and lonely now, dog. Ain't nobody gonna take your fucking whore ass serious. No, even if you was out here doing all types of marketing and all this shit to market the pussy, what you market? I'm marketing me getting throat fucked, bruh. That's the whole fucking point, dog. You out here doing all this work to get paid off of some shit that nobody fucking respects. Shut up, bitch. I'm done with this shit.